What do you think of when I say bodybuilding? If I ask you 30 years ago, you would think probably something like this. But nowadays it might be something more like this.
Can't hit my protein!
The new age of bodybuilding had transitioned their look from being disciplined athletes towards now being more like jobless, living still at home, losing hair, taking steroids every day, with the thought pattern of a 15-year-old. But before I go into any of that, I want to say one thing first, and that is that I respect bodybuilding. Not everything, but I respect the discipline. As someone who comes from MMA, that trains every single day, that competes in the sport, my life is all about discipline, training, eating good, having a good sleep pattern. Bodybuilding definitely has all those things, and I respect that because it takes everything every single day. However, I feel the bodybuilding community is getting away from that and now transitioning towards the new age of bodybuilding. You have a lot of new fitness influencers coming up, like Sam Sulek, who is normalizing steroid use, the trend twins who just show stupidity every single day, and the dissolution of people like Bradley Martin and Blob X, who I'm actually going to be fighting in an MMA fight later this year, and I'm going to talk about all of that later in the video. But I think you can divide their downfall in two chapters: the normalization of steroids and social media cringe. Steroids have been in the sport for a long time, but bodybuilders used to be athletic, flexible, and had an athlete's body. Bodybuilding was all about reaching the maximum your body could actually go to. Nowadays, steroids are not only common, but you're encouraged to take them. It's hard not to blame younger guys coming up in the sport. They see people like Sam Sulek reach a certain physical ability. And most of them don't talk about taking steroids. Most of them either refute the question outright or they lie about it. Yes, some people have talked about it, but even talking about it, you are normalizing the use of it. And most of them don't know how badly it's gonna hurt their body in the future. So let's make it clear once and for all. Steroids are extremely bad for you. It's bad for your health. You're at risk for numerous things like cancer, strokes, heart failure. It can cause hair loss, roid rage. And it's only gonna get worse. Why? Because it has become more common. More people are starting to become a fitness influencer. More people are gonna promote it on their Instagram that the physique like that is normal, which means more people that are coming up, that are younger, that are growing up with TikTok and this point of view, they're all gonna start doing it as well. The ideal body type for them has changed from being aesthetic and athletic towards now being just massive units, big muscles, and looking more and more like a pumped up monster. Secondly, and maybe even worse, is the social media cringe that's coming up daily. Unfortunately, this is something I see quite often because I am on Instagram quite a lot and I make also Instagram content. Again, steroid use is normalized in these type of videos and it leads you to cringe like this.
Can't hit my protein!
100 king bros!
Like I said, my point of view has changed from bodybuilders looking like these disciplined athletes that are pushing their body to the limits, towards now looking jobless, living at home, doing nothing with their life and looking more like complete losers. And if you look in the comments, luckily enough people see that it is kind of insane, but it is kind of sad looking back at how bodybuilding used to be and that now these are the faces of bodybuilding. A guy with a mask looking gigantic, acting stupid on Instagram, saying crazy shit to get views. But like it or not, social media has a big impact on how people in their community behave. They're gonna see stuff like this and they're gonna try and replicate it, and then you're gonna get imbeciles like this. There are gyms in the world right now where you can't just train normally because everywhere there are gonna be cameras, there are gonna be people filming, you can't have a regular workout anymore. And then you get people like this.
Do you need something? 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 Okay, I thought so. Keep it pushing.
If you're getting rude, you can leave. Nobody was looking at you any type of way. I don't own the gym, I work here.
Okay.
Yes. And
That
if you're
means
getting
what?
rude, then you can leave.
That means what?
I can call the police and have you trespass right now. Would you like that?
Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead, let him know.
That's what we'll do. So right now, you can take your stuff and head up front.
Which to me is insane. Like, I mean, I just have no comment about it. And then maybe the worst thing is their fragile egos. Bodybuilders want you to think that they are the strongest, craziest, most masculine people in the room every single time. And if something or somebody breaks with you, they kind of get emotional. So then you had the time where Bradley Martin started calling out all these MMA fighters.
But in boxing, no, I know that's not how it works.
Even in a street fight,
I'd beat the f out of you in the street.
no,
fight.
I would kill you, bro.
Yeah,
I would kill you, bro.
God, I love it.
No, like for
You
real,
think
for real.
at your weight? What's your weight? Damn it, I want his Away.
No, so 150, around 150.
Bro, I would maul you at 150.
No.
100%.
No.
As confident as you are.
Okay, so let me tell you something.
150. You're
Let me
talking
tell you
about
something.
150
But
pounds.
let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something! Let me tell you something!
Okay.
You cannot take a punch though. So like you're not used to getting hit. So
I've been hit though.
no. But you've been
Not
hit.
by you.
But
not
you've
by-
been hit by regular guys, like guys who don't even know how to punch.
And then just ended up beating up YouTubers for some reason because that boosted his ego for some reason. I'm not really sure how it went from fighting MMA fighters towards YouTubers, but I guess that's something else. But he kept talking shit towards Gervonta Davis, Nate Diaz, saying to their face that he could beat them up, when in reality we all know he couldn't. The fact that somebody that was maybe half their weight and that could also lift maybe 50% of what they could actually beat them up in a fight was demeaning for him. So he kept going, and then it led to where it is now. And like you maybe expect, the minions from the bodybuilding community started doing the same thing. And that's where you have Joe Blob X. So we go actually a couple months back. Somewhere in March, I think it was, he posted a video. He started calling out every single MMA fighter saying that he could beat them up. So I made a quick response and it kind of started from there. A couple months later, Zogu started making content about him as well.
To be honest, I am 6'5". Believe it or not.
To be honest, you're not, and here's why.
Zogu said that at 100k followers he was gonna, fight him. It ended up going viral, they ended up fighting, and Zogu beat him up with ease, so no surprise there. But that's when the excuses started coming. Number one, that he wasn't training. However, the whole point was him not training and being able to beat up MMA fighters, but I guess that was his number one excuse. Then he also said that he couldn't be hit in the face. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what he said. Either way, he got tapped and he gave up. But here comes the thing, this delusional midget is still talking shit every single day. He started calling out me again, he started calling out Zogu again, so I gave him what he wanted. I gave him another opportunity for a fight. I proposed to him to have a real fight, a real MMA fight. 3 rounds, 3 minutes, with a referee, in a cage or in a ring. No more excuses, just a normal real MMA fight. He came back, he said he needed to train a couple of months. If that's what he needs, or what he think he needs, I'm okay with that. Train how much you want, we're gonna fight somewhere in October. So that's something we settled on in Instagram DM. But now a couple weeks later he's already making up excuses, saying that he's rage baiting, that he just wants views, and that he's doing all of this just to get attention. And that makes my story complete. Bodybuilding used to be about discipline, dedication, hard work, and now it's just acting crazy on TikTok and on Instagram just wanting to get views. I mean, how crazy is it that you would get beaten up on YouTube just to get views? Is that what bodybuilding is all about? It's crazy that one day you had people like Arnold Schwarzenegger that were at the top of a sport, and now you have people acting crazy, wearing masks, saying that he's gonna slap mothers. People screaming in their mother's home about eating 16 eggs or something or whatever it was. And people that are willingly getting beaten up by MMA fighters just to get attention and views and calling people out. To me it all seems like delusion, but I think it's only gonna get worse in the future. Instagram is growing rapidly, TikTok is growing rapidly, more and more fitness influencers are coming up. That means the younger generation is gonna see them, they're gonna follow them, and you're just gonna get a bunch of delusional, steroid-taking midgets. Anyway, I'm gonna be fighting him in October. If you wanna see the fight, please subscribe so you're gonna be notified when the fight is going live. I can tell you right now, it's probably not gonna be a very long video. We're gonna do 3 rounds of 3 minutes. I don't think it's gonna get much further than 1 round, but it is what it is. I'm also getting a lot of messages from people that wanna come over to see the fight. I'm not sure if that's gonna be possible, but maybe that's something we can arrange, that we're gonna have a little bit of a crowd. I'm not sure, but we'll see. See you next time. Peace.